She was obviously a pleasure yacht, well kept, from the brilliant flashes which leapt from her brasswork and the dazzling white of her paint. Every moment she grew in size, while objects aboard took on form and definition. Her deserted decks could now be seen with the naked eye. Soon they would be up with her. Suddenly the captain's regard grew more intense. "What do you make of that dark thing near the companion?" he asked sharply. Mr. Hands also stared intently. "Uncommonly like a man, sir." "By Jove, yes, it is a man, lying in a heap on the deck. Good God, sir! He must be either ill or dead." "It doesn't look too well." Captain Hewitt glanced down at his passengers. "Pity to wake up all these sleeping beauties," he went on, "but I'm afraid there's no help for it. Give her a call, Mr. Hands." An ear-splitting roar went out from the foghorn. As a breeze ruffles the surface of a cornfield, so a little movement passed over the deck as the occupants of the chairs opened their eyes, sat up, glanced round, muttered imprecations, and once more resigned themselves to sleep. But the blast awakened no answer from the yacht. "There doesn't seem to be anyone else on board," the captain went on. "It looks like something badly wrong. I don't like the way that figure is lying bunched up in a heap. And what's that dark mark beside it? Seems very like blood to me. Give them another call, Mr. Hands." 2 more raucous blasts roared out, reawakening the deck-chair enthusiasts and even sending some of the more energetic to the rail in search of the cause of so unwanted an outrage. Still, there was no response from the yacht. The man on the deck made no movement, nor did anyone else appear. The shining brass wheel could now be plainly seen in its tiny wheelhouse, deserted. "It's blood. That mark is, as sure as we're alive," said Hans. "A pretty bad wound to have bled like that." The yacht was now close by. The powerful glasses reduced the distance to a few yards. "Yes, it's blood right enough," the captain agreed, after another look. "Damn it, we'll have to stop. Chap may not be dead, and in any case we can't leave that outfit bobbing around to put a hole in somebody's bows. Ring down, Mr. Hands." While the second officer rang his engines to stop, and then a few seconds later to full speed astern, the captain turned to the able seaman in attendance. "Tell Mr. Mackintosh I want him here at once, and get the chief steward to find out if there's a doctor on board, and send him here also." For a few moments all was ordered confusion. Whistles resounded, bells rang, figures hurried to and fro. A slight continuous tremor ran through the ship, as if overwhelming activities were in progress below. From the safety valve pipes on the funnels came an appalling roar of escaping steam. Quickly, men approached one of the starboard lifeboats, politely moved the passengers back, and uncoiled ropes and knocked out wedges. The canvas boat cover vanished with incredible speed, the chocks fell aside, and the patent davits moved forwards. In a few seconds, the boat already manned was swinging motionless over the sea. By this time, the passengers were awake to a man, or rather, to a woman, and were pressing to the rail to see the fun. A little buzz of talk had broken out, jokes were cracked, while those behind pushed forward, clamouring for information from those in front. Glasses and cameras were brought out, and hopes of a thrill were expressed. Then, as the yacht with its sinister burden floated into view, voices were hushed, and all stood silent, overawed by the presence of tragedy. There was indeed something dramatic in the situation, which stirred the imagination of even the most prosaic. The little yacht, with its fine lines and finish, its white deck and gleaming brasswork, its fresh paint and brightly coloured club flag, looked what it so obviously was, a rich man's toy, a craft given over to pleasure. On such, the tragic and sordid were out of place. Yet now they reigned supreme. The space